Hey everybody, it's Mr. L Sidekick here, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Super Metroid. In the last episode, we went to Meridia. We got through the rest of Meridia, which we started in the previous episode. And in this episode, we're headed down to Ridley's Hideout, which has some of the best music in the entire game, in my personal opinion. Last episode, I also talked a lot about my schooling days and all the trials and tribulations of things that were banned in recess and whatnot. I need to take another drink of water, because funnily enough, talking a lot makes thirsty. Who would have thought? This is kind of odd, since I never really had that problem with when I was recording with Peter, but maybe I did. I just never really noticed it. That actually, now I'm thinking about recording with Peter, it reminds me of the fact that this originally wasn't supposed to be the first episode in like 3 months or 2 months. No, it's more about 3 months at this point. Originally, at the beginning of December, we did record 6 hours of Civilization 5. Just me and him playing. I was Japan, he was the Aztec Empire. But here is the real kick in the teeth. When I went to look at the recording, after, to make sure everything had gone right, 6 hours of footage. Sound recorded, yes. Footage recorded, no. And I think there was like a tone of sadness in my voice when I said Peter, none of it got saved. It's all just the noise and none of the picture. So needless to say, we were both kind of frustrated and saddened. That was the last time we had recorded anything, and I mean up until this point where I'm actually just, well, at least I do actually have the proper way of doing this now. But yeah, this is the first point that I'm actually recording anything since we last recorded, or we tried to record that Civilization, and the first thing that's going out since we recorded Wario Land 3. That was a long time ago at this point. I mean, I have footage for the last 2 episodes of Banjo-Kazooie, but yeah, that's not gonna be coming for a while, I don't think. I definitely want to redo Banjo-Kazooie, because I don't think I was the best during that, gameplay-wise, or commentary-wise, especially not during the 8-hour-long recording session that Peter and I, well, no, it wasn't 8 hours, it was like 4 hours. The 4-hour recording session that Peter and I did from episodes like 4 to 10. It wasn't a fun experience, let me tell you that. But hey, at least I get to enjoy the best music in the game right now, because I kind of need this awesome music. Oh, what good music. Dum, bum. You know, I think this reminds me of a. I'm not gonna steal Nintendo Capri Sun's gig. He sings to this music. So I'm not gonna do that. that's just stealing a joke at that point. Although I will say, at the one part for the Runaway Guys playthrough, that every time we get to that part in the music, I keep hearing that one immortal phrase, and you're about to hear it right very shortly. Or as soon as it stops ramping up. Here we go. I was watching television. Okay, that just been stuck in my head. Every time I hear that music now, I just think of the I was watching television, and I can never get it to leave. But hey, remember back in episode 1 when I said that there was another statue fight at the very end of the game? Well, here he is. And if you don't, like, when I first fought this, I had no idea what to do. Because if you shoot super missiles at him, he catches it, and he throws it back at you. Of course, I completely forgot that I have the charge beam. So, note to self, if you're playing this game, don't forget you have the charge beam. Because it will actually save you a lot of hassle during this fight. Look at that, it's already dead. This has been a PSA by the Mr. L Sidekick Corporation. And brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you. I don't. There's a... It seems like only just a few hours ago that I couldn't remember the name of the screw attack. And I thought it was Static Shock. Like the superhero. Because it was only a few hours ago. Because it's about 5 o'clock right now. And... well... that's and I started recording around like 2:30-ish. So it'll be I don't know what I was even trying to say there. But I'm happy that I got to do like a playthrough like this. Because this is a really fun game. And, I mean, look, I never thought I was the funniest by myself, because I did try to record some solo videos, mainly of me playing New Super Mario Bros. On my Nintendo DS. And I ended up recording it a lot like Super Skarmory's old videos. Specifically his New Super Mario Bros. Let's Play. At this point I might as well talk about some of my major influences in Let's Playing. One of the biggest back in the day for me was Super Skarmory. Chuck Conroy also, who I still watch to this day. Slim Kirby was one of the early ones. PK Gam, another early one. And then after finding Chugga, I made my way over and found... I think I found Nintendo Capri Sun before the Runaway Guys, because I knew about Banjo-Kazooie and I saw his playthroughs. He's also a major inspiration. Proton John, very big inspiration to me. To the point where when I actually walked in on the New Year's, that what I was talking about with the Mario Party 7 ball that fun experience. My friend who also watches Proton John said when I walked in, I sounded exactly like Proton John, and I was like, oh boy, it's really been affecting me, huh? So yeah, he's a major inspiration. More recent inspiration though, and actually is the one that made me want to try this again, is Johnny Awesome, who I mentioned in the first episode, I think, when I mentioned his Persona 5 playthrough about the whole thing that people didn't dream in color until the advent of the color of television. Because I got that information from his playthrough. And I've been watching it, and I really like his style. He's funny, always has something interesting to talk about, and it reminded me back in the days of my really young youth, where I watched like Slim Kirby or Super Scarberry or Chuck Conroy, and I was like, yeah, I could make my own videos like that. I could play video games and talk over it. So that, and when I was watching Johnny Awesome, I was like, yeah, that would actually be fun to do some solo gameplay like that. There, I took another drink of water. My throat still a bit parched. So you're getting this today because of Johnny Awesome's playthrough and being an inspiration almost to get me back into the LPing game, you could say. I was watching television. I'm never gonna stop referencing that. But yeah, with the screw attack, these enemies are a breeze. Much more so than if you were in my first playthrough and completely forgot that I had the screw attack. Good for me. Yay me. So don't be like me and forget that things exist for a reason. Alright, now this was a kind of difficult boss fight to me when I was first playing. But it becomes really simple when you just get them into a loop and then have them just keep shooting them with charge blasts. And then they just go down like it's nothing. When I first fought them, they used to take down like half of my health. Now they take down nothing of my health. And it's crazy. So we are actually already at the bottom of Ridley's hideout, which is crazy. Because just think, this is the deepest part of all of Zeebs. And in just a few short hours, we made it from the top to the bottom. And now we're gonna finally save that baby Metroid that was taken from us oh so long ago. 3 hours, about. So pretty much the strategy for this fight is just keep shooting and never stop. Never stop shooting. I mean, stop shooting if you're not aiming anywhere near him, but like with the missiles. Oh wow, that was, holy cow, that was the easiest Ridley fight I've ever had. I was not expecting it to go that quickly. I was expecting to be there a while longer. But we see that the baby Metroid is gone, but we do have an E-Tank. So that's nice. Got a nice little E-Tank for us. Now I'm trying to, I hope I didn't miss anything. Because if I did, I'm not gonna be a happy camper. Because I don't like missing things. So let's see, I should only be missing... Yeah, we have all the reserve tanks. I'm missing the wave beam, that's it. 3 E-tanks. 25 missiles. 20 power bombs. Really? Am I that low on power bombs? No, can't be. Because, maybe I am. Whew. Why do I have so few power bombs? That's a question for the ages. But hopefully I should be just fine in the end. And hopefully everything will be coming up Millhouse for me by the end of the playthrough. Which should be, I think, only one more episode after this. And hopefully, because we beat all the other bosses, and the only thing left to do is find Mother Brain. So, hopefully, there should only be one more episode. And I mean, I'm gonna edit out all like the footage of me just searching around for if I'm missing anything. Which I don't think I am. But like, that still seems like a huge discrepancy in how much I have versus how much I don't have. I feel it shouldn't be that much, but what do I know? Okay, there's a missile. I mean, technically, I still am going to be collecting 4 or 3 things after my final check-in with, or my final save, I should say, at the base ship. So it'll be a fun romp, to be sure. Okay, so let's see, what should I talk about? What tangent am I going to go on at this point? I can talk about, what are my thoughts on Super Metroid? I really like Super Metroid. It's a good game. I think one of the best Metroidvania games, which I'm going to be playing more of, hopefully, because I like this style of game, where it's very open, and you can kind of do things in whatever order you like, or sort of whatever order, because there's still a general order of things that you have to go through, but it's a lot more free with all the like little bonus stuff. There's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game that I know has like that, and I know it's not Hyperstone Heist or Turtles in Time because I actually played both of those, and those are the standard arcade beat 'em ups. but oh, I know what I'm missing. Haha. I wasn't expecting to actually have to go back that way. I was gonna go the easy way up. But no, gotta go back through Brintstar, because I thought I was done with Brintstar, but I was remembering wrong. So, still got some things to do in Brintstar. And that's what that's the discrepancy. It's all in the big room in Brintstar. But now that we have the wave beam, we can actually go back through there. So, I am actually going to do just that. I might skip ahead. I might not. Who knows? So, if you're in the future right now, tell me in the comments, did I skip? I mean, I'll probably know if I skipped by then. But do it anyways, 'cause audience participation, all that. So, what can I talk about if I don't skip? Well, I already talked about Richard Scary, because that was what I was doing. Oh, I could talk about the movies that I have. I got out 2 movies from the library. That's my main system of watching movies, because the library has like a card catalog system where you can have DVDs shipped in from all like the other libraries in the surrounding area. So I got some movies. One of them being Brigsby Bear, which really looks interesting to me. I first heard about it about a year ago at the last Sundance Festival. I mean, not the last one, because the last one just ended, but the one before that. And it intrigued me, because for those that don't know, it stars Kyle Mooney. I think that's his name. And it's all about this one guy who lives a very sheltered life. He lives practically in like an underground vault his entire life. And the only connection to the outside world is this TV show that he watches. It's called Brigsby Bear. But it turns out Brigsby Bear doesn't exist in the outside world, and it was just created by the people posing as his parents. One of whom is played by Mark Hamill, who are actually scientists that are leading an experiment. I don't remember on what. Or, I mean, I know on what. It's on Mooney's character, but what's the purpose of the experiment, I don't know. So, once he gets out into this real world, he escapes, and he finds out that Brigsby Bear doesn't exist. He decides to give Brigsby Bear a finale, because the last episode of Brigsby Bear ended on a cliffhanger. So he decides to give Brigsby Bear the finale that it never had. And that's as far as I know about the movie so far, because I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to watch it later tonight, probably. But it seems like a really interesting movie concept, and almost, in a sense, heartwarming. So, I'm interested. The other movie that I got out, though, was Highlander, and that's been on my list to see for a while now. Basically, for those that don't know, Highlander is about a Scottish lord who finds out he's immortal, and lives until the modern day, where he finds out he's being hunted down by an even older immortal person known as the Kurgan. And he must fight the Kurgan and kill the Kurgan before the Kurgan can kill him. Because, as the tagline of the movie reads, there can be only one. But the real interesting thing about it is, I mean, look, it's got a really very interesting premise, which I'm already super interested in. But also, it's got a soundtrack by Queen, which the only other movie that I know has that, that movie is also on my list, is Flash Gordon. Um, so, I mean, look, like some of my favorite Queen songs, like Who Wants to Live Forever, are from, well, that one specifically. That's, because, I mean, like, Princess of the Universe is good. It's not my cup of tea, though. But, like, Who Wants to Live Forever is from Highlander. And I love that song. That is such a good, like, ballad. Almost. So, to hear it in the context that the movie has it, really exciting. So that is fun. I'm excited to try both of these movies. And speaking of Sundance, because I mentioned it with the whole Brigsby Bear thing was at last Sundance, I didn't really pay too much attention to most of the movies that premiered at this year's Sundance. But the one that stuck out to me was The Kindergarten Teacher, because I was like, huh, it's an interesting story, and then I did a little more research into it, and I found out that it's a remake of an Israeli picture of the same name, same plot. And, well, here is my stance on film remakes. If they're done differently enough, and the first one wasn't already like a classic, I'm fine with it. The only one that I think both versions are classics are Ringu and the Ring. Those are the only two that I really like, both of them. But my general stance, though, with the whole American remakes of foreign movies is just don't do it. Leave the movie to its country of origin. Let them have that. Because if it's good, then that gives positive light to the movie industry of that nation. So why would you try and capitalize on something that doesn't belong to you? I mean, that's capitalism in a nutshell, but, like, seriously. And The Kindergarten Teacher seems to just be doing that. Because it won the Taipei Film Festival Foreign Film Grand Prize back in 2015 when it first premiered. But it never really got big in the States. But now we have a remake of it, and people that see it might not even know that there's an original Israeli film. And that's just that's a dang shame, because, like, give the original artists their credit. Don't remake the movie, re-release it. Re-release. Or with dubbing, even though I don't like dubbing. Or with subtitles. Give it a wide release in its original form here. Don't remake it. That's neither here nor there. We've got everything that we needed to from that whole area. I'm just gonna get one last room, and then I'm gonna call the episode here, because we are running a little bit over. It's gonna be about a half hour rather than the normal 25 minutes, but oh well. You get a little bit of a longer episode. So enjoy that. Or I hope you enjoy it, at least. Anyways, now that we have this, the only thing that's left to do is just go through the one last room, hopefully, and I will actually verify that very shortly, but hopefully the only thing we need to do is just go through the one last room, and then we head down to Torian to fight Mother Brain. And I'm missing one power bomb. I'm missing one power bomb. Okay, in the next episode, we'll start with where the last power bomb is, and then we'll be going back to Torian. All right. So I will see you all in the next episode of Super Metroid. Good night, everybody. Do I want to go there? Yeah, hold on. That'll be the last thing of this episode. I'm gonna go into that room and finish that out. So we're then, after that,